Have you had a car repossessed and now you're not sure what you need to do, and maybe you want to get that car back, or you want to understand what happens after that car gets repossessed? Well, I'm going to give you 5 things that you need to know and understand if your car gets repossessed. My name is Alan Murphy with Gillespie Murphy, and we have helped people with car repossessions and car situations for 35 years. So I want to give you these 5 things. Number 1, if you want to get the car back, call the creditor. If it hasn't been repossessed too long and they haven't yet sold it at auction, call them and see if they're willing to work with you to let you pay them some money and get that car back. And here's what may happen. They may ask you to pay all the payments you're behind, the repo fees, and any late fees that have been added before you can get the car back. And they have a right to make that demand, but if you can pay that, you can most likely get the car back. Unfortunately, they may say they want the entire balance paid, and that could be $10 or $15 or $20 or $30,000 depending upon the amount of the loan, but they can demand that entire balance be paid before you get the car back, and that may be a struggle. But it leads me to number 2. If you can't get the car back, they're going to take that car and they're going to take it to an auction lot where there may be hundreds of other cars that have been repossessed or are going to be sold at auction, and they're going to sell that car. And they're going to sell it normally for less than what it's worth and less than what you owe on that loan, but that's their right to sell that car at public auction. And that leads me to number 3. If they sell that car for less than what it's worth and less than what you owe, that means you're going to owe a deficiency balance. That deficiency balance is something that you still owe even though you don't have that car, and that is a consequence of a repossession. And that leads me to number 3. Once they have that deficiency balance, it could be $1,000 or $10,000 once they add on their late fees and their repo fees and the auction fees and those things related to the sale of that car, they're going to try to collect that amount from you. They may be calling you, writing you letters. They may sell the account to a collection agency and they'll be calling you and writing you letters. They may call your home, they may call your place of work to try to get you to pay that money. And you may not be able to do that. If you're not able to pay them or work out a debt settlement situation with them, then they may do something else, and that is file a lawsuit against you. They may hire an attorney to file a summons and a complaint to try to get a judgment against you to give them a little more leverage to collect on that debt. You'll be served with that summons and the complaint, and if you don't have a basis to defend that lawsuit, they're going to get a judgment against you for the amount that they are owed plus attorney's fees. And that could be a sizable sum of money. And that judgment will be there against you for 10 years in the county that you live in, the county that the lawsuit is filed in, and they can extend it for another 10 years. So there it is, 20 years you'll have that judgment on your record. And that judgment's going to affect your credit, it's going to affect your ability to buy property, and the sheriff may come knocking at your door to see if you have money to pay on that judgment or see if you have property that can be sold to pay on that judgment. So these things, be mindful. If you want to get it back, try to get it back. If not, understand that you may owe a deficiency amount, a deficiency balance when the car is sold, and they may try to collect from you, even getting a judgment against you. If you have questions about this or anything else related to your debts, please give us a call. We'll answer any questions and see how we can help you. Thank you very much.